Karibuni sana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please do so. If you have not hit the notifications bell, please do so and make yourself at home. This is a community of people who are passionate about life, passionate about various things, hence all matters passion. So karibu sana. There's something that I have been thinking about lately, and that is vulnerability. And vulnerability applies in so many different aspects of our lives, but it is very much apparent when it comes to our romantic relationships, because that is where you're most vulnerable. That is where you allow the other person to see you for who you are. It's like you literally present yourself naked in front of them, and not literally, guys, not literally. I'm talking about emotions, feelings, beliefs, weaknesses, strengths, all of that. And so I was reading a book. Actually, let me show you the book, because this book has been life changing. This is the book I have been reading. It is Woman Evolve by the beautiful Sarah Jakes. And this book has inspired the topic of today, which is vulnerability, because it talks about how easy it is for you to be vulnerable when you're very sure that you're not going to be disappointed, when you're truly sure that your trust is not going to be taken for weakness, and that the person you're becoming vulnerable to and opening yourself up to will not hurt you. If we had that insurance, if there was a form like an NDA we could sign and say, I have chosen to be vulnerable with Kite on the 17th of February 2024, and she promises that never in her entire existence is she going to weaponize my vulnerability. Never in her entire existence is she going to use whatever I have shared with her today, whatever she has established about me today, to accuse me or to like put me down. So yeah. And I was like, yeah, I get it. A lot of us struggle with letting people see us for who we truly are, even our loved ones, even family members, even life partners, because unfortunately in the past we did that, and the person we became vulnerable with the first time, they hurt us, they hurt our feelings. And so we sort of like started to cope. We found a coping mechanism, and that coping mechanism was always have your walls up, always have your guard up. Do not let people see you for who you are. Do not let people know the things you're struggling with, the things you're insecure about. And so yeah, I mean, that has been life. And so I'm just here thinking, are we truly in a position to live to the full potential of our relationships if we are not comfortable being vulnerable? I mean, truly, are we able to achieve the peak of intimacy? And I'm not talking about physical intimacy. Again, focus. Intimacy, I'm talking about that vulnerability, that connection, the emotional connection that you build with someone. Are you able to achieve the full potential of it if you truly do not let go of your walls, if you truly don't let go of the guards that you have high up? And I understand there's a reason why you built that walls. They were not always there. No one was born closed off. No one was born with walls up high. It is something that you had to learn along the way after Kimekuramba. But you see, I'm such I would say I live in fantasyland and I live in fairyland. And according to me, I feel like it would be such a waste, such an absolute waste, to not achieve the full potential of my love. The love that I have to offer, the love that God has placed my way for me to receive, just because I don't want to be vulnerable, just because I'm scared. So really, I think it's a risk. It's a risk being vulnerable, and it would be much easier for me to be vulnerable with you if I knew for sure you're not going to hurt me, if I knew for sure this is not going to be used against me in the near future. And what pisses me off the most is people who you're going through a rough patch together. It can be your sister, it can be your friend, and then because you're arguing and they're losing an argument, or you're making more sense, then now they bring up whatever it is you shared about yourself that is not your greatest strength, and they want to drag you down the mud with it. um no, that should stop. You do not do that. That should stop. You cannot weaponize someone's vulnerability against them, because that is what makes this person become a closed off individual. So yeah, I just hope the essence of this video is just, it's basically to kickstart that conversation. I would like to be more vulnerable with my family, with my friends. I feel like vulnerability, it just sets the pace for authenticity. I can be able to show up truly and wholly as myself in whatever relationship, in whatever situation, because I have shown you exactly who I am. I have told you these are the things I am struggling with. I have shown you exactly, like, I'm not putting up a show with you. What you see is what you get. And there's no greater connection than two people who are willing to just be vulnerable with each other, to just show each other, this is where I'm at mentally, this is where I'm at emotionally. And yeah, people just, like, it would be amazing if the person that you're becoming vulnerable to just accepts you for who you are, and you do the same. That kind of bond, that kind of connection, oh, unmatched, unmatched. So I guess my wish for you is the walls you have built, may they come crumbling down in Jesus' name. I pray that God brings your way people who will make you feel safe enough to start being vulnerable, to start showing up authentically as you. Sawa sawa. I am so happy to have you here. And basically, this channel is just about this, literally talking about the things I'm passionate about. And that includes this daily life. I'm big on feelings, I'm big on love, I'm big on the things that we just deal with in life, everything and anything. So, really, tell your sister, tell your friend, tell everybody you know this is home. Let them come and subscribe. Let us engage in the comments. Do you have a different opinion on what I've spoken about? Do you have a tip that we could all learn from in our journey of being more vulnerable? And by the way, as I close off, just note, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, and it can never ever be. I who chooses to be vulnerable is stronger than the person who chooses to put up a show. I who chooses to show up authentically as myself, I am braver and I am stronger than the person who just puts on a show and then their walls are always high. So really, just know vulnerability is not a form of weakness, and it can be used as a strength instead of a weakness. Okay? I hope you take care of yourself, and I hope to see you soon here again. As always, this is from me to you with so much love. Is this how it's done? I don't know. This, I don't know.